Hey, Trailblazers! Rockhound Road is on the road at the Coolstone Rock Shop in Prosperity, Pennsylvania. And this is the full video with our friend Barry Martin. And he's going to start off by telling us about his favorite mineral.
Copper, that's got to be the number one favorite, no doubt. So, it's not something just simply formed in our Earth. It formed in the core of a sun before exploding. A supernova brought that copper billions of light years across the galaxy to form our Earth, basically. Native copper came here, silver, gold, all native stuff that didn't form here. It came from a supernova, so that's just amazing. But humans have been using it for 10,000 years, and we use it in our lives. We've been using it in, electrical, everything. It's in your computer, it's in your phone, it's just everywhere. We've been using it for a long time. It started out as jewelry a long time ago. Now it's in everyday life that you can't do without.
Copper is an awesome mineral, but we've seen different kinds. What's the difference between the crystalline native copper and the lumpy float copper?
Native copper was in the ground. Somebody dug it out, in ore, whatever, and it comes out in this rougher, more crystalline form. Float copper, same stuff, somehow ended up in a glacier and carried maybe hundreds of miles out of Canada into upper Michigan. Again, it's really weird, not only does upper Michigan have all this native copper, but then this float copper ended up in the same spot that came from hundreds of miles up in Canada. But it looks completely different because it's been carried around in that glacier and ended up as a glacial deposit in a lot of different places across the northern parts of the states. So.
When it comes to collecting rocks and minerals, there are so many options. Barry's going to tell us what are some important items that you must have.
Everybody got to have these 3 top fossils, some of which are a 500 million years old. So you got to start out, you got to have a trilobite, you got to have an ammonite, and you got to have an orthoceras. Okay, trilobites, little sea creatures, and all 3 for that matter. But trilobites, they say that there were more trilobites 300 million years ago in the oceans than everything else since then. They kind of hunted in packs and came in so many different sizes, from little to really big. Something I just thought of, trilobite is the state fossil of Pennsylvania. So not everybody even knows that, but you can find them right here in Pennsylvania too. You're going to have a rock collection or already have one. There's the 3 top biggies: trilobite, ammonite, orthoceras.
While we're on the topic of fossils, Barry's going to tell us about one of the oldest varieties.
Those stromatolites go way, way back. Earth's atmosphere 4 billion years ago was so toxic that life as we know it would never have got a foothold, So stromatolite really was a blue-green layer of moss that grew on a rock or something. Kind of grew in this layer, grew in another layer, grew in another layer, ended up this sedimentary-looking fossil. But it was able to actually take the toxic atmosphere and turn it into the oxygen-rich environment that we know today. That was the only way that life as we know it would have been able to form. In fact, they call it the living fossil because they are still growing in some places in Australia today.
We all started somewhere when it comes to collecting rocks, and Barry's going to tell us about the first one that he ever collected.
When I was 5 years old, apparently, it did, because this came out of a bag of potatoes, okay? And we lived right across the street from the store where it came from, and my mother, back in the 60s, she got ripped off a couple of days. wanted me to take us back and get her a couple of taste for it. Apparently, I begged her. I can't really remember the story because I was only 5, but I've heard it so many times that that's how it went down. Was this potato, this rock came out of a bag of potatoes, really just a iron stained piece of quartz that rolled around and got shaped like this, little crease in it, little eye in it or whatever. But yeah, if I had a book with all my specimens in it, this would be specimen number 1, my little potato rock.
Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like this video, please give us a like and a follow, and don't forget to visit Barry at the Coolstone Rock Shop in Prosperity, Pennsylvania.